Let's get on with the details now. It's been a day of terror in Accra as armed robbers lay siege at a motorbike shop in broad daylight, attacked staff and raiding officers, and their escape was even more dramatic, snatching 2 vehicles at gunpoint in the process. Another armed robbery attack on 2 banks in the North Industrial area was foiled, but that capped a very horrific day in the capital on the back of many other attacks in several communities. In Oyibi, police have confirmed 24 cases of armed robbery in January and February alone, with the 2 persons being killed by the robbers. This afternoon, we're speaking to Ghanaians, experts and the police on what is being done to keep the city safe. We're live at the regional police headquarters also for more on the development. Let's start with eyewitnesses at the Royal Motors attack this morning.
The Melcom Junction, I was coming and I saw them. So they asked me, do you want your life or you give us way? So you see, I thought they were following a bullion vehicle. You understand? So I realized that a bullion vehicle, pickup white, was passing. So I said, who is this? So when I was about to cross, they asked me, do you want your life or you give us way? And I said, So in fact, I got scared. So when the 10 finished, they started shooting. Bah, 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 3 shots. I picked my phone to call police. I was shaking because I've not met such a thing before. You see? So but the 2 who were sitting at the back, they look. The 2 sitting at the back, I didn't see their face. They turned before they rolled the glass and they started shooting. But the guy sitting in front, one made himself a rasta. That is what I saw.
I'm the secretary and the receptionist. So I saw 2 men standing at the gate. So I even shouted on them, why are they hanging around? Are they coming to buy something? And the other man turned to me that yes. And I said, then come and have a seat. Hanging on is no good. Then they sat down. The other person was on call, intentionally doing call. I don't know what the call was about. So the other person, the other two came. He even came closer to my desk. He was standing with me. So I was asking him, what does he want? And he told me he wanted to buy some of our bikes. And the bike he mentioned to me, and I saw the last time he came, he said he came, it was this, so and so. And I said, unfortunately, sorry, the price has increased. And we was negotiating about the price. And I said, oh, it's our fixed price. We can't do anything around. For me to realize, I saw one man putting something on the face, pulling the security man to come inside the yard. So over then, I rushed and locked my main gate. And one of our manager, the marketing manager, I quickly shouted his name. Baba Lassa and Roberts are here. So they put a gun, a warning shot. So over there, I was scared. I quickly ran to his office and I went under his desk. So when I was running my phones, my drawer, I didn't lock my drawer. Even customer money, one of our customers gave his money to me. They took the money away with my mobile phone. Even went into my personal bag to search. I don't understand.
So they didn't take any of your equipment. They just wanted to come and take money.
Come again.
What did they take when they came? What did they take?
They took the money, 8,000 Ghana in my drawer. They went to my purse. They searched. They took everything. Now my bag is empty. There's nothing there. So I suspect someone gave information out, because the way they did, it's like personal attack. It's like a personal attack to me. Everything is gone. But
they didn't take any motorbikes. They didn't take any equipment.
That I don't think, because they came to the office. They didn't go to our warehouse.
They were to happen, but they couldn't take that. I'm so sorry about this, ma'am. I hope. I'm so sorry about that.
So what you saw as they were coming to tell them when you shouted.
So can you point to
I was lying down here. They said, get up. Then he shooted. Boom! And I said, my God. Praying hard. I'm telling you, like I died. They were shooting here. Look at the monitor. They condemn it. I'm telling you, the gunshot. It's only God. I thank God. Wallahi, it's a lie. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. That's what I can say. Alhamdulillah. Adu kusu na niche karanta nara sema da Allah da ko trailer ya zo ma bai doki aji kusu na wallahi shi jire ni da kaina ya fashi. I'm telling you the fact. I'm telling you. But this thing, we investigate it and we'll get them arrested. Yes. Because the thing must be from somewhere that we have to trace up and find out. Yes. If there's a virus among us, we'll find out that virus and kill the virus. I'm sure. I will never leave this one because my life, I will never give up. God is under control. Ha! Wallahi, I have to check my BP because now I'm shivering inside my body. Because I never see something like that before. And I never expect this, so kind of thing will happen in this office. I don't know what is happening. Took all our belongings. Where are we going?
Fools, everything.
What shocked me that after they changed out from my office, then I run that come and enter here. They go back to my office, take my phone, my everything, take away with my bag, my everything, my money. I have to go and pay for my land issue. I have to go and pay. I'm having like 6,800 in my bag. They took away.
Oh God. Wait, let me see. Where's the bullets?
Two bullets. Come here this side.
No, I don't think that.
Some eyewitnesses there speaking to Baba Mahama. My colleague MFA Etiamo Eli was there for JoyNews. Also, I'll be engaging MFA in a bit, but also at the police headquarters is Komla Adum, who's been trying to get some information from the police headquarters. We understand there's been a very high-level meeting so far. Indeed, we've not been able to speak to the police as yet. Komla, if you can hear me, are you able to speak to the mood at the police headquarters at the moment? Hello, Komla. Okay, whilst we wait to raise Komla, let me engage MFA. MFA is in the studio with me. Right, Komla, go ahead. Tell us if you can describe to us the mood there at the police headquarters as we speak.
Well, Gifty, I can tell you at the moment it's a mood, one of a pensive atmosphere here at the Accra Region Police Headquarters. I've been able to gather that a high-level security meeting has been ongoing for the past few hours. Following this morning's daylight robbery in some parts of Accra, the Royal Motors at the industrial area enclave in Accra, and I'm told that some of the issues that have been discussed at this particular meeting had to do with the increased cases of armed robbery attacks in parts of the country, especially reports suggesting that some forex bureaus in Accra and Tema have been the victims of some robbery attacks, daylight robbery attacks, I have to add. And so, Gifty, this meeting, which almost ended a few minutes ago, discussed some of these issues, key among which included the armed robbery attack which happened at the Royal Motors earlier today. So in a short moment, I will be speaking to some officials here at the Accra Region Police Headquarters. They'll be giving us a lot more detail about that meeting. But I've seen Accra Region Director of Operations, for example, Kwesi Fori around here. I've seen many other high-level police officers, including the PRO also, Ifiatinge, who I will be engaging in a short while. So, Gifty, the situation here is one of, there's some anxiety around. Even though I've seen people going about their duties regularly at the frontage of the police office, I'm told that the meeting just ended, and we will be having details of that meeting when I speak to Public Relations Officer of the Accra Region Police, ASP Fiatenge, in a short while. Very well. Thank you very much, Komla Adum. Komla Adum, they're coming to us live from the Greater Accra Region Police. MFA Tiamwale is in the studio with me. MFA, you've been on the ground following on this story. When you got there, and you were at the Dadaban stretch of the ward. When you got there, of course we spoke to you on air, but explain to us how it felt like being there and what you saw.
Okay, so Gifty, I got around the Dadiban stretch just a little to 11 a.m. And traffic was very heavy on that stretch, obviously because of the incident. a journey which should take you between Dura Plus and that place should take you less than 30 seconds. I spent almost 10 to 15 minutes to get to the exact spots the robbers tried making away with whatever they were able to take away from Royal Motors. When I got there, of course, there were lots of people gathered there discussing the incidents among themselves. So then I managed to get close to an eyewitness, and he's been telling me how it all happened. Actually, according to him, these guys, you know, when you're driving from Dura Plus heading towards the New Times roundabout around the TV Africa area, there's this turn on your left, which takes you to the VIP bus terminal.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
There was this other, so the robbers were trying to make their way through the heavy traffic because there was gridlock. So at the time, there was another driver who was coming from the VIP bus terminal area to join the main Daddy bus stretch. Okay, but because they were trying to swerve traffic, because of the heavy traffic in the area, they were trying to swerve. They ended up running into the side of this driver who didn't know what was happening at the time. They ended up smashing the side of his vehicle.
So this is what you are describing.
Exactly.
At the time you got there, this had happened already.
Yes, this had happened already. So the guy was joining the main road from the Lava Junction, which is just the curve between the Lava shop and then the Melcom showroom office. So when they ran into the man's vehicle, they ended up bursting their tie. Then it means they have to find an alternative means of transport. So they started firing warning shots to clear the area to be able to run away. There was this unsuspecting driver who was also heading towards their direction, I mean from the opposite direction. So not knowing what to do, he decided to give way. With the tooting of horn and gunshots, he decided to park somewhere and give them way, only for them to rush on him, take him out of the vehicle, and then snatch the car from him. They went back to their vehicle, emptied it, offloaded everything they had into the car they snatched, and drove off.
Did they hurt anybody in the process?
Well, this we have not been able to confirm, but according to the eyewitness, they felt that somebody was shot. I asked whether they saw the individual was shot, who was shot, but he couldn't confirm. So let's hear this guy that I have been talking to.
So I realized that a bullion vehicle, pickup white, was passing. So I said, who is this? So when I was about to cross, they asked me, do you want your life or you give us way? And I said, So in fact, I got scared. So when the 10 finished, you know, they started shooting. Bah, 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 3 shots. I picked my phone to call police, you know. I was shaking because I've not met such a thing before. You see? So the 2 who were sitting at the back, you know, they look, the 2 sitting at the back, I didn't see their face. They turned before they rolled the glass and they started shooting. But the guy sitting in front, you know, one made himself a rasta. That is what I saw.
Okay, I'm coming. Once I come back, I'm back in heaven. So, I know they come back. Sometimes be or back now. Cashier no obesinu. No more than Temutina. Can and not what to call. Or you know, the can buy a friend saying Cashier no can pay be no core and Tibian who's a Sanko for so bano. So until one year. Oh no, this is hobby. Antina utim se kasia no ewo hobia am se ska kono so omo kan de na tese omo ba be ye so anti sa tia no be fa no omo de kono dem so omo sisa ne nyama utim kasia I me say they have seized my phone. Bo me remember how much na they work back so ewo bola so they go I don't actually say I don't know how they go is it
How are you feeling, sir? How are you feeling?
I'm saying.
One to them.
I'm saying.
How are you feeling right now? Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Okay. Could you please repeat to us what exactly happened? We are live right now on TV. Could you please repeat again what happened?
So, me
and I mean, was a can ever and a script in sorry. Or sorry, and or could be sans or mopeding. Now, I say no, Oberry show pen be an house and to spit no, a more pack. The true no, or connecting or pack here. Pen or be a front or be a form to know an oba to open up a pay or bedroom or church. But I mean, Metian Mudin, the Muya so entrance in do on one. We need Pipian or you must not for 2000 so ye a friend saying listen me say omo titigram so aba omo fam no push me da fam omo kan you afa sa tell papa me fa kwafa ti na workers na bi wo na Pipian bubo me adi wura na straight ti omo di won na tet omo bubo phone de kaka me say me nyu am da na so me ko da ho bidin
Thank you so much, sir. It is, sir.
If you see a person battery motor, if they finish, if you know I start 8 o'clock, Mitiana and you say carry.
Now we wait now we are here. We are security.
Okay, company security.
Okay. The bank
you almost be a car by Papa in a corner of Cocosham. Tom should be an answer on the coincide on a minute. And I'm here, my physical battery. Or catch on. And I'm about much non packet can catch Papa, a catch home. Or catch home say, almost peding. And the home catch you. Oh, no, because I don't cost.
That's the security personnel. We understand at the Royal Motors there, explaining how the robbers got in there, walked through the gates, walked their way through gunshots, stole the money and made away with it. MFA, you're still here. Let's wrap this up. At the time you were leaving, what did you see? What was there?
Okay, so there were still people gathered around, but when I got to the scene at the time we got there, like I said, the traffic was blocked. But before we left, traffic had eased and the drivers were able to maneuver their way through.
Okay.
Also, the vehicle they had abandoned in the middle of the road, the police had come there to tow it away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get to see the owner of that black vehicle?
No, we never met him.
Well, what did the police say where the person was?
Well, they told us off record that he was well, he was fine, there was nothing for us to worry about. That we also wanted to know where exactly they were taking the vehicle to. We understand. They told us that they were taking it to the Accra MTTU department. Yeah.
MFA, thank you very much for that update. MFA Etiamwa Ellie, there she was at the Dadiban stretch of the road, and it's been a very interesting and very dramatic day. Like we're saying, we'll be getting back to the crime scene to find out what has happened. A few hours after that brazen robbery, we're also hoping to speak to the PRO for the Greater Accra Police, Ifia Tenge.
I don't want to be sure. I mean, no, you can show me the group for my face. You see what I'm
initial visuals that came in early this morning. This was a few moments after that particular attack. The police deployed their men there to find out exactly what was happening. At this point, by the way, the robbers had already made away in that black vehicle, which was abandoned in the middle of the road. It was after then that they changed for that vehicle after they burst the tire. But here is some chit chat going on here. We can take a listen.
City for guys to live chase from. So let's see. We are trying to contact them and see whether they're able to trace any of them to wherever. The police is very fine. No, the traffic is all that busy, so they can just maneuver. And they are deliberate about 10 guys. If they are maneuver, it's very difficult. Let's go see that. 10. Wow. But the scene is. Okay. There you go. The president go to the scene and check. But I saw another car.
They took the CCTV.
They took a CCTV recorder.
I'm in the same business as you.
Oh, yeah. We go see the abandoned. Okay.
And these are the other visuals that came in much later after that previous moment of anxiety in which the police personnel there were talking to some of the men available at the scene, trying to find out exactly what happened. And you heard what they were saying, that about 10 men were involved, even though we're not quite sure, because if you look at the vehicle that was used for the robbery, it doesn't make sense that it will be able to contain more than 4 or 5 people at a time. But what the message is in that previous video we saw was that 10 of them were involved. We understand that they took away the CCTV backup system at the Royal Motors Company as well, which could have assisted the police, by the way, in the investigation. That has been taken away. That some way, somehow incapacitates the police in this investigation. But definitely we'll be hearing from the police to find out what more information they have at this point and what is going to happen in the next few hours. As we speak, we understand that the place is fighting, but we have our men on the ground, and as and when we have them on camera, they'll tell us exactly what's happening at that time. That notwithstanding, many more robberies seem to have happened in recent times. We understand that 24 armed robberies so far have happened in January and in February in Oyibi alone here in Accra.